Let's kick off module 4 with something simple but very powerful, which is traffic. It's one of the most talked about, hyped up parts of e commerce, and definitely for good reason. If no one visits your store, nothing else matters, right? No one sees your product, no one reads your beautifully written descriptions, no one clicks add to cart. But traffic on its own, you know, that's not the goal either. What you need is the right kind of traffic, the kind that actually wants to buy, the kind that connects with your product, understands your brand, and says, yes, this is what I've been looking for. Imagine your store is a physical shop in a busy street. You have set up everything perfectly. But if the road outside is empty, people are just passing by without even noticing your window. Nothing moves. That's what an online store without traffic feels like. Everything is ready, but no one's coming in. Most people, when they realize this, they panic. Obviously, they jump straight into ads. They boost, post, spend on paid clicks, and for a while, it might feel also like it's working. You see sessions going up, more visitors, more views, but then you check sales and nothing has been changed. That's when it hits you. Traffic is not enough. You need aligned traffic, people who actually care about what you're selling. So instead of chasing volume, what we need to chase is intent. Are people coming to your site genuinely? Are they really interested, or are they just browsing because of a flashy headline? And this is where most of the brands go wrong. They assume traffic is a numbers game. Get more people in and sales will automatically increase. But that's what, like, saying if 100 people will walk into your store, some will shortly buy. Definitely not if they are the wrong people, not if they are just killing time, not if they are not even your target audience. So let's reframe this. Traffic generation is not about throwing money or energy around, it's about attracting the right people at the right time with the right message. And it's about doing that consistently across multiple channels in a way that feels natural, not forced. So we're going to talk about organic channels like SEO, email, content, and social engagement. We are also going to talk about paid channels like Facebook ads, Google ads, and influencer shoutouts. But more importantly, we are going to talk about how all these things work together, how they fit into your business goals, how they align with your brand voice, and how to make sure you're not just attracting people, you're attracting future buyers. So now let's look at a different angle, returning traffic. A lot of businesses only focus on new visitors. But what about the people who already came to your site once? Maybe they added something to their cart. Maybe they browsed for a few minutes. Maybe they even subscribed to your newsletter. Those people are much more valuable because they already know you. They have already shown some level of interest in you. So, your traffic strategy isn't just about bringing in strangers, it's also about re engaging your warm leads. That's where email comes in. That's where retargeting ads work. That's where you create loyalty and repeat business. Remember, acquiring a new customer is expensive, but bringing back an interested visitor, that's efficient. That's smart marketing. And that's how you turn traffic into sales. So let's go a little bit deeper now. Think about your online behavior. How often do you buy something the first time you see it? Rarely, right? You probably think about, compare it with different other options, maybe bookmark it or add it to your wish list. Then you see a reminder, maybe an email, maybe an Instagram post, maybe someone you follow using the product, and then something clicks. That's when you are ready to buy. So your traffic strategy should reflect that behavior. You're not trying to make people buy instantly. You're trying to guide them toward buying eventually. But staying in their mind, staying on their screen and staying useful. This is the kind of strategy that we need to adapt. So, and how do you do that? It starts with understanding your audience. Who are they? Where do they spend time? What do they search for? What kind of content do they engage with? And how can you show up in those places with the right message at the right moment? That's what we will be dividing into this module, you know. But before we get tactical, let's talk mindset. because the mindset you bring to traffic generation shapes everything else. If your mindset is, let me just get as many clicks as possible, you'll definitely end up frustrated, burnt out, and probably broke. But if your mindset is, let me show up where it matters for the people who are already interested, you'll see results, you'll build momentum, and you'll build a brand that people trust. Now, let us clear up one more myth, that is, organic traffic is slow and paid traffic is fast. That's only half true. That's a half baked story. I would agree that paid traffic brings instant results, but it also goes away instantly if you stop spending. Organic traffic, on the other hand, might take longer to build, but once it is rolling, it is free. It's compounding and it becomes a major asset. It's not one or the other. The smartest brands do both. They use paid ads to scale what's already working, and they invest in organic channels to build long term discoverability. Think of it like a machine. Paid ads are the fuel, they give you quick burst of speed. Organic channels are the engine, they keep the machine running smoothly over time. So, as we dive deeper into this module, keep this in mind. Traffic is not just about volume; it's about value. It's not about being everywhere. It's about being where it counts, and it's not about selling all the time. It's about becoming findable, trustworthy, and memorable. Every piece of content you put out, every ad you run, every email you send, it should all move people a little closer to saying, yes, this is what I want. And if you can do that consistently and strategically, you won't just drive traffic, you will drive sales. So let's dive into the first strategy, which is understanding the difference between organic and paid traffic. And how do you choose what's right for your stage of business? Now let's stay on this idea of building traffic like a brand, not just chasing numbers. Because here's the truth: if all of you do is push ads without building any emotional connection, you'll always be renting intention. But if you build real awareness and genuine interest, you start owning that attention. That's the difference between a store that gets traffic because it paid for it, and a store that gets traffic because people remember it. Think of the brands you keep going back to. Maybe it's a D2C coffee brand, or maybe it's your favorite skincare site. You don't go back because they followed you around with ads, right? You go back because they made an impression. Their vibe, they matched your vibe. Their content felt like it spoke to you. That's the level of marketing we want to get to. Traffic generation is not a one time campaign. Not a weekend hack. It's a daily consistent long term system of showing up for your audience in ways that make them care. And when you start thinking like that, everything changes. You stop obsessing over metrics like how many people came today, and instead start asking how many of them actually connected with what we do as a brand. And that's what sets apart strong traffic strategies. They're rooted in understanding behavior. For example, let's say you sell home decor. The traffic strategy for that category looks very different than, say, a tech gadget brand, right? Your buyers are probably scrolling Pinterest for ideas. They're following Instagram accounts for aesthetic inspiration. They're watching YouTube for room transformation videos. So your traffic strategy should meet them in those places. Maybe you're not running a Google ad with the headline "Buy cushion covers." Maybe you're showing up with a short title, "How to style a beige couch in 3 ways." That content gets shared, it builds trust, and eventually it drives the right traffic. Traffic that already likes your taste, already connects with your brand, already imagines your product in their home. That's when traffic starts converting. So, again, it's not just about more visitors, it's about the right kind of attention. Let's address the mindset shift one more time, especially for early stage founders and marketers, because this part often gets misunderstood. There is a temptation to think you have to be everywhere: Insta, Facebook, YouTube, Pinterest, LinkedIn, maybe even threads. But spreading yourself too thin is a trap. It creates noise, not results. The real question is, where does your ideal customer spend their time? Not where you hang, but not where you hang out online, but where do they hang out? If your audience is new moms searching for baby products, Facebook groups might be gold. If you're targeting sneakerheads, it's probably Instagram and YouTube. Once you identify where your audience lives, go all in there. Don't worry about being everywhere, worry about being effective where it counts. That's clarity, and it will save your time, energy, and burnout. But even once you know where to show up, here's where most people stumble, which is expectations. Many people give up on traffic generation because they think it is supposed to explode overnight. They put out one blog post, one reel, one ad. If it doesn't go viral, they assume it has failed. But great traffic strategies don't come with fireworks, they come up with rhythm. It's about showing up daily or weekly, creating content even when no one claps, running small ads just to test a message, writing that 10th email even if the ninth one got ignored, because then slowly things starts to click. One post gets shared, one email drive replies, one ad starts converting. That's when momentum begins, not through luck but through consistency. And as you keep showing up, here's the next truth to remember: you're not the only one trying to earn people's attention. Every brand, every creator, every algorithm is fighting for a slice of the same audience time. So the way to stand out isn't by shouting louder, it's by being clearer, by being helpful, by being deeply human. If your traffic strategy is rooted in real value, authentic communication, and consistent presence, you will earn attention, not instantly but meaningfully. People don't remember the brands that scream, they remember the ones that speak to them directly, to their needs, to their goals, to their life with calm, clarity, and confidence. So, let's ask the real question. Let's address the elephant in the room. What kind of traffic are you actually trying to attract? Because not all traffic is equal. There is the kind that lands on your site, spends 3 seconds scrolling, and bounces. And then there is the kind that lands, stays, clicks, reads, adds to cart because it felt like the store was built for them. And the difference between those two, it starts way before they even land. It starts with how you showed up, the message they saw, the words that drew them in, the place they found you. All of that decides how ready they are to engage. That's the invisible part of traffic strategy. It's not just about the numbers, it's about alignment. When your messaging, your offer, and your customer match, even a small stream of traffic can perform better than a flood of the wrong crowd. And here's where most new businesses trip up. They try to be everywhere at once: Insta, YouTube, Pinterest, SEO, blogs, email, influencer shoutouts, all at once. But the result, everything feels half done. A few posts here, a half written blog there, but no traction because traffic does not respond to scattered energy. It responds to depth, to focus, to rhythm. So instead of being everywhere, trying showing up better in fewer places. Choose 2 or 3 channels that make sense for your product and your audience and double down. Build consistency, learn how that channel works, speak your customer's language, and that's when traffic starts to grow, not just faster, but smarter. You also have to realize that traffic is part math, part emotion. The math is simple: impressions, clicks, bounce rate, uh, time on time on page. But the emotion is what drives the click in the first place. People don't visit your site because of your metrics. They visit because something made them feel curious, seen, excited, or understood. They visit because the message landed, and the more you understood what drives those emotions in your customer, the better you'll get at pulling them. Traffic at the core is just a human response to a message, so make that message matter. Don't chase cleverness, chase clarity. Say what you mean, show what's real, make it obvious who your product is for. Because when you say the right thing to the right person at the right moment, traffic becomes automatic. And once you start getting that traffic, the next step isn't to sit back, it's to pay attention. Where are they coming from? What pages are they visiting? How long are they staying? Are they clicking on your main CTA or they are getting stuck somewhere? Your traffic tells a story, and if you listen to it, it'll tell you exactly where your message is landing and where it is falling flat. Don't treat traffic like a black box. Treat it like a conversation. If people are bouncing fast, maybe your message is mismatched. If a certain channel is converting well, maybe it is time to invest more there. Every visitor is a data point, and the more you pay attention, the smarter your decisions become. So, yes, traffic generation matters. It's not just the top of the funnel, it's the ignition switch for your entire business. But it only works when it's intentional, when you're clear on who you are trying to reach, what they care about, and where they spend their attention. If you're just chasing reach, you'll burn time and money. But if you're building connection, one clear message, one aligned channel, one good piece of content at a time, you'll not just get traffic, but you'll get momentum as well. The best traffic is not the kind you force; it's the kind you earn. When someone visits your store because they saw an ad, sure, that's traffic. But when they visit because a friend told them about your product, or because they saw a reel and saved it, or because your blog answered the real question they had, that traffic is different. It's warmer, it's more curious, it's more likely to convert. That kind of traffic doesn't drop out of the sky. It's built slowly through consistency, through trust, through actually being useful or interesting or entertaining in the places your audience already hangs out. So don't think about traffic like a faucet you turn on. Think of it like a garden you nurture. Show up, give value, learn from what works, tweak what doesn't, and over time, that traffic engine starts to hum. You get better, your message sharpens, your reach grows, and suddenly the people who land on your site, they're not strangers. They are uh, pre-sold, they're informed, they're halfway home because you didn't just attract anyone, you attracted someone who actually wants to be there. And that's what makes this whole thing sustainable. And if there is one mental shift I want you to take from this entire section, it is, don't treat traffic as a separate activity from the rest of your business. Traffic is not a campaign, it's not a task you check off once a week. It's the bloodstream of your store. Everything connects to it: your content, your product, your pricing, your positioning. They all either attract or repel the right people. So think of traffic generation as a loop. You create something valuable, people notice, they visit, you learn from how they behave, you improve, you create again, but smarter this time, definitely. And the loop continues. That's how modern digital commerce works. It's not linear, it's iterative. And if you understand that, you'll stop feeling like you have to get everything perfect right away. You'll stop feeling like traffic is some mystery that only agencies or algorithms control. You'll realize it's something you build piece by piece, message by message, click by click. And now, so we'll start unpacking the what that actually looks like, the tools, the strategies, the difference between organic and paid channels, and how to choose what works for your store and your stage of growth.